guys, the next thing we're going to talk about in our classification systems are keys and trees. So today we're going to look at dichotomous keys, and tomorrow we will look at phylogenetic trees. So a dichotomous key is going to be a series of paired statements that you're going to use in order to identify an organism. And it's actually really simple. It's kind of like a flow chart. So let's look at this example here. This is a dichotomous key for different insects. So let's start with insect A. I know you all know what it is, but imagine that you didn't know. You just were looking at this insect and you had this dichotomous key and you're trying to figure out its name. You always start at the very top, so always start with number 1. There are 2 statements for number 1, 1A and 1B. So 1A says wings are covered by an exoskeleton. And 1B says wings are not covered by an exoskeleton. So you're going to pick which statement most closely represents the organism you're looking at. And then you're going to follow the directions. So an exoskeleton is going to be like a hard shell covering on the outside of the wings. Well, we can literally see the wings here, so there's no exoskeleton. So 1B is going to be correct. Grab my pen here. The wings are not covered by an exoskeleton. So we're going to go to step 3. That's what it tells us to do. All right, so we're going to hop down to 3. So 3A said the wings point outward from the body, or 3B, wings point toward the rear of the body. Well, looking at this organism here, we can see the wings point towards the rear of the body. So it's going to be 3B. And that if you go to the end of the statement, it tells you what the organism is. It is a bee. Easy enough, right? Let's do the next one. So let's look at organism B. Where do we start? We start at number 1 all the time, every time. So 1A, wings are covered by an exoskeleton. 1B, wings are not covered by an exoskeleton. Well, we can't see the wings. So they're covered by this hard black outer shell exoskeleton. So 1A is true. Wings are covered by an exoskeleton. So what does it say? Go to step 2. Let's go to step 2. 2A, body has a round shape. 2B, body has an elongated shape, or like a drawn out shape. Well, the body is elongated. So this organism is a firefly, which we know that's correct. So see how simple it is? Let's practice another dichotomous key. All right, this one's a little trickier because some of these organisms you do not know. Oops. Let me move my picture out of the way. All right, so we have 4 different birds here. Let's try to figure out what the name of bird W is. So we always start at number 1. The beak is relatively long and slender. Or is the beak relatively stout and heavy? Well, at first glance, you might say, well, hey, it's long and slender. Well, we need to compare it to the other birds. Which one of these other birds would you say has the most long and slender beak? Probably bird Y. So, compared to bird Y, this beak is stout and heavy. So, for bird W, it's 1B. The beak is relatively stout and heavy. And so that tells us to go to number 2. So we go to 2. The bottom surface of the lower beak is flat and straight. Or is the bottom surface of the lower beak curved? Which one is it? Well, let's look at the bottom surface of the lower beak. This is the lower beak, and the bottom surface is flat and straight. So the bottom surface of the lower beak is flat and straight. That tells us this organism, this bird, is called Geospiza. All right, see how simple it is? All right, I'm going to put some practice on Google Classroom. Please take some time and work through it, and I'll see you soon.